Good morning.
Please keep your mobile on mute mode during the speeches and help me to welcome Sanabis Toastmaster President Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ahmed Mullah. My fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if my voice is scary, like a horror movie, but it's just that I just felt a little bit sick because of the weather change. However, just pray for me that these kind of noises on the background does not affect my role here or even my speech. The theme today is that's so interesting. When you hear this phrase, what does it remind you of? Let me just quickly ask Toastmaster Vivek, what does it remind you of?
That's so interesting.
Yes, just a glimpse. It doesn't have to be a long story.
Well, anything that gets my fancy, that's when I say this phrase. That's interesting. Or, when I want to think about something that has happened, I would use this phrase.
Great. What about Toastmaster Jaafar? If you hear the phrase, that's so interesting, or when was the first time you heard that's so interesting?
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, many things. But let's say when I watch a TV, when I see or when I saw an interesting program or something, oh, it's interesting, you can watch it or not.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jaafar. And let me tell you what is so interesting to me. At first, video games were very interesting to me. Watching movies was and still very interesting to me. And I had some interest that actually coagulated or let's say combined with the speeches that I'm sometimes giving. I remember the first time I joined a Toastmaster club. It was in Grand Mercure Hotel, and it was a Tuesday night, and there we are. During the meeting, we reached the table topic sessions, and I was saying, I mean, the program is so interesting. And I saw some participants in the table topics, they were struggling. I mean, when they just had the question and they just have to speak all of a sudden. Everything was happening on spot to them. And to me, it was interesting. The topic that actually the Toastmaster or the table topic master said was something related to marketing. And the question, I remember it was as follows. He said, you are an event marketing manager and the event failed, nobody came. Something wrong happened. What would you tell your boss? And I was like, no, the hall or the meeting room was full of silence. Nobody wanted to say anything. Nobody wanted to participate. And I was just whispering to myself, it's easy. And a member of that club said, why don't you give it a try? If it's so interestingly easy, show us what you got. And I said, no, it's fine. But I thought about, you know what, I will do it. I went there, I stood there, and he said the question again. And the moment I reached to the stage, okay, and I was looking at these eyes in front of me, I immediately lost everything. Those clouds of ideas, gone. My thoughts, gone. My tongue, gone. It was an unfortunate opportunity for me. However, the topic I gave, I mean, everybody would actually laugh at me if I shared it now. I will not share it for the sake of not remembering that, let's say, ugly truth. However, it was the start. That was something interesting. We choose something that is interesting. Do not choose something that you don't like or don't want. Something interesting will always push you forward. Something interesting will inspire you to find more. Something interested will allow you to have the right motivation. In Toastmasters here, I know there are many, many roles that will not be very interesting to you. However, I would say take a chance and try it. You never know, you will be one of the most interesting talents hidden, my fellow Toastmasters. And thank you for clapping. It means so much to me. And we can never forget that there are many talents that were hidden, and with the talent of the Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, the founder of Toastmasters International, we are blessed today to have these Toastmasters movement around the world. The Toastmasters community reached Bahrain in the 1960s, and they still rumble on and on and on. They will never stop. Dr. Ralph C. Smedley saw that there are many youth that have many interesting talents, many interesting topics, many interesting issues to actually have solutions for. And there was the movement that started from the 1924 in Santa Ana, California, reached back here to Bahrain at 1960s. And of course, in Sanabis Toastmaster, we started our interesting journey in 2013, at the last quarter of 2013 officially. Today is a very interesting journey to start. We are still at the new year. Yeah, that's 6th of January. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we actually ask the MC, let me tell you something about the MC. When Toastmaster Vivek actually joined as a guest, you know, he was the only one, and I'm sorry to say that, I don't mean to be racist, but he was the only one different in the club. It's not about his skin, I'll not speak about that one part, but it's just about his background, his culture is totally different. And to him and for us also, that was very interesting. Because when we ask somebody from a different culture of our Bahrain culture, they feel a bit reluctant to join. However, Toastmaster Vivek was joining interestingly. And since that day, I've seen him transform from just a normal member to a champion. So kudos to our champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not speak much, as I maybe spoke more than usual. Allow me to introduce the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vivek Thilakan. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, President. That's a great. I'm honored to be a part of the STC journey and actually discover myself. Basically, that's what all of us are here for. We want to unlock more doors. We want to unlock more chapters in our life, and we want to see what we have got, which is the reason this is happening. Now, let me start by figuring out what is the missing role players that we have. So at the moment, both speakers are here. The first individual evaluator, Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser, MBN, is here. The second individual evaluator is not here. Our table topic master, Toastmaster Ali Yusuf, is here. Our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jaafar, is here. What we are missing is a timer, a grammarian, and an A counter. My first question, can anyone step forward to take up the timer role?
Toastmaster of the day,
Yes.
Toastmaster Vivek.
Yes, sir.
Can I have suggestion if you don't mind?
Go ahead, sir.
I will take the timer, and Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal, he can take the individual evaluator better than he take the timer.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Is it the individual evaluator you speak about or the general evaluator?
No, I am the general evaluator, but I can take the timer. Since you have two speakers, I will calculate the time for the speakers.
Yes, and
So-
I will be individual evaluator, you say.
Okay, so that means just to clarify, our general evaluator will double up as the timer, and Mahmood Jalal will be the second individual evaluator. Am I right?
Yes.
Can I say something in addition?
Yes, sir.
You can introduce me as a grammarian. I have a ready word of the day. I'll
Alright.
introduce it now if you want.
All
And
right.
also,
So,
I can be both the individual evaluator and the grammarian.
all right. So we have double role players. Fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, the theme for today is that's interesting. Now, I'm the kind of a guy who takes up a theme. First of all, I myself has to be interested in it. You know, I should be able to listen and not feel bored. All right. And if I'm okay, then the others will be okay. It did not always happen like this. For example, once upon a time in the Matam, I had brought up a theme, and the theme was engine. All right. DT Mosen is here. All right. So I had my theme was engine. Okay. And the men half, they were interested, they listened. The women half were sleeping. And at the end of the meeting, Mohsen said to me, my friend, next time you come over, you do transmission. So I remember DTM Mohsen is the one who said, theme is not inherently interesting or not interesting. It's actually the TMOD who makes it interesting. So that brings us to the first role player of the day, who is none other than the grammarian. Now, Toastmaster Mahmood, our president, has doubled up as the grammarian and the individual evaluator. This is his first role. And his, if I have to speak about him, he is one of those meticulous persons who gives attention to detail. And I cannot think of anyone better to handle this role at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, for this lovely, short, interesting introduction. And my fellow Toastmasters, and if we have guests, my role as grammarian is to help you develop your language and get it to the next level. We'll be focusing on the language usage, the beautiful usage that you use during the meeting, as well as some areas we could improve. I'll try to keep my report short. And I think maybe we can have a guest. My daughter is here. The second part of my role is to introduce or enrich you with word of the day. And the word of the day today is eager. Eager is an adjective. And my daughter is very eager to interrupt our meetings. So that's the word, but what does it mean? It means very keen to do something or enthusiastic about something that will happen. For example, she looked at the eager faces waiting for her news. She's a reporter, or maybe the anchor. The girls were bored and seemed eager for new experiences. They got fed up from the routine. Some words that are similar to the word eager is enthusiastic, keen, or motivated. And last but not least is about the pronunciation, eager, eager. So we have two syllables in eager, eager, two syllables. The stress is on the first syllable, eager. You don't say eager, eager. I encourage you all to use the word of the day, which is eager or eager. And I'm eager here to find some of the beautiful uses. Over to you, Toastmaster Remy. And my daughter is also saying bye eagerly.
Thank you, grammarian plus guest. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. And just as important as the grammarian, we have a timer to take note of the proceedings and keep us intact, in time, in the lane. And for that, we just have someone who is the counterpart of Mahmood Jalal. If Mahmood Jalal is the left hand, this is the right hand. They think similar. They think similar, and he's just as what do you say, attentive and pointed to details like Mahmood Jalal. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my first role is the general evaluator, but now I will introduce the timer function. As a timer, I will use the background to show the timing for the speaker. So after 5 minutes, I will show the green. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
After 6 minutes, I will show the yellow. And after 7 minutes, I will show the red. It is not a red maroon, but I have only maroon, but I hope they will understand it. The time is finished.
It does the job. Yes.
For the table topic, after 1 minute, I will show the green line. After 1.5, I will show the yellow. After 2 minutes, I will show the maroon light or the red light. In the evaluation, after 2 minutes, I will show the green light. After 2.5, I will show the yellow. After 3 minutes, I will show the red light. And there is 30 seconds as a grace period for each speaker. Wish you all the best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our timer, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla. And with that, let's, walk over to our beautiful theme for today. And for that, I have you. I'm going to share the screen right now. All right, so can you see the screen? All right, that's interesting. This is the theme, and I'm going to share with you certain interesting events which has caught my fancy and actually forced me to think. The thing about interesting events is it actually gives us a glimpse not just about life, but it tells us about what humans are capable of and how they react in different times. All right. Can anyone guess what all of this is about? Have you seen this picture, this character? Any idea?
Yeah, this guy slept off between skiing.
Okay.
Okay.
That's one idea. That's one. Thank you for your suggestion, Mr. M. Anyone else?
This is definitely not an STC member.
Okay, he hit his head on the rock and he fell down.
All right. You know what? I'll tell you what's interesting about this. Okay. There are 200 such posts that you can see in the Himalayas, especially Mount Everest. In the Mount Everest, see, humans being humans, there are certain landmarks that we use, right? When we go to the road, for example, Dasman Center in Gudebia, and then you say, okay, 200 meters from here, or the Diplomatic Center, or we use the World Trade Center. World Trade Center, I'm nearby World Trade Center, or I'm 300 meters from here, the clock roundabout, things like that. All right. This character here, he died off in around 77, 78, something like that, in the Everest, and he's frozen solid there. And there are 200 such people who have died and who's frozen solid. So what the mountaineers use them are, they use them as signpost. And this character is the most famous of them. The most famous of them is called Green Boots because of his shoes. When he's actually a dead guy, but you reach at this particular place, you say, you're at the Green Boot. Okay, now just go west 150 meters and then climb up from there. There are other characters like that called a German lady, and so there's a German lady, there's a Chinese man, and there's this Green Boots. So there are 200 such corpses in Mount Everest, and they are being used as signposts. It's so difficult to even get yourself back out of the mountain. So think about taking out a dead body or taking a corpse. It's not done at all. So what they do, they exist over there on the mountain, and right now they act as signpost. Sometimes I wonder, this this character, whomsoever who is, he is more important, or he is doing a much greater service dead than whatever he did when he was alive. This is what humans are capable of. Now let's see what's our next. This is one of the interesting photos that has been caught, and it's actually a great.
Pigeon.
I think it's a seagull. It's a seagull actually.
Yeah.
It's just a seagull, but there's nothing special about it. This is one of the photos that has received the photography awards, and I've just kept here. In fact, I kept it for Toastmaster Nasser, but he didn't turn up.
Is it a peacock?
Do you really think it's a peacock, my dear? I think you need to visit the.
It's making it more interesting, dear.
All right, let's see what we got. What do you think is the discount here, and what discount is it for? Any idea?
This is for food.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw it before.
This is a restaurant. All right. You come over there, and based on how thin you are, you will get a discount on the food. So, Mr. M, masalam. No discount for you.
Toastmaster Mahmood will get 20 to 100%.
I will take you. I will take you, Vivek.
I'll go separate. You will not get my discount. So, Syed Ahmed, I don't think Mr. M will even fit inside this last one. All right. So, it's actually a great. I don't know. Is it a great idea? Because if this kind of a thing is kept in the restaurant, people will become embarrassed to use it. So It's interesting to see that these kind of things happen. All right, let's see what we have got next. Do you have an idea what's this? What's the specialty of this fish? Any guesses?
To scare.
Yeah,
To scare.
this
This
fish,
one with
this
electricity.
fish, when the water dries, it will be still alive under the mud for 100 years.
Can you reduce that 100 years a little bit?
Okay, 99.9 years.
Okay, I think I reduce a little bit more. Now,
93.
it's not 93, but Mr. M did hit the, what do you say, nail right on the head. This is in fact the only fish that can exist above land at like for 7 months. In fact, if you keep this one in water for extended amount of time, it may even drown. So this fish is known as lungfish. What it does is, the right side is the original form, and on the left side, when the water recedes, right, what it does is it burrows down the mud. It'll burrow down in the mud, and then once it burrows down, it twists up. So it twists up like that, and it'll go into hibernation mode. So how it breathes is, it will breathe in oxygen. At that time, it will breathe in oxygen, but it will not eat. It will exist on the muscle that is in the tail. So from the tail, it goes down in a very, very low state. Control and regulated heartbeat makes it down very, very limited, and it exists. So it exists on the fat, and once the water comes back, it will come back. So this fish is known as the lungfish, the only fish that can exist on land for extended amount of time. I'll put one more interesting tidbit before we go over to our speakers. Do you have an idea what is this? Any idea?
They look like singers or actresses.
They are singers, yes, but this photo does not, what do you say, it's only tangentially related to their singing ability. What do you think is this photo? I mean, why is this photo special?
The first photo, killer photo.
It's not the first color photo.
No.
No. Any other guesses? Anything?
The lady with the red dress, she has black, I don't know,
Okay.
black hand without the glove.
Oh,
Maybe she's wearing gloves.
It's actually when you actually said it that I am looking into it. All right, I'll give you a hint. These four are working in CERN. 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 Does that ring a bell?
Ring a bell?
Yeah. Does ring a bell means does it does strike something in your head? Sorry.
Recall something.
Yeah, exactly.
Ring a bell.
All right, I'll tell you what is the specialty of this photo. This is the first photo that has been transmitted in the internet. This is the first photo in the internet. So the background of this is, all right, CERN, before it was taken by America, the World Wide Web in its very rudimentary form, in its experimental form, it was developed in CERN University, all right, which is in Europe. And what happened is, one lady there who is a graphic designer, Michelle De Janeiro, all right, she got tired of waiting for her boyfriend who is always on shift, physicist. He's actually a physicist and he's always on shift. So what she did was she actually went to the CERN Hadronic Festival. All right, she went on stage and then she sang about her lonely nights. So the other three, one of them she got to write the song, the other two came onto the stage and this they sang the first song. So the first song, it's like this, it's called Collider. It's like this: I gave you a golden ring to show you my love. You went to stick it in a printed circuit to fix a voltage leak in your collector. You plug my feelings into your detector. You never spend your nights with me. You don't go out with other girls either. You only love your collider, your collider. So this is this is the first song they sang. Then they did participate in stages and stuff like that in different songs. So one of the physicists who was working in CERN, he was actually working on this as well, on the internet. And then he said, "Can I have your photo? I just want to send." They said, "Okay, you can use this." And this is the first photo that has been sent in the internet. How many millions and billions of photos are being sent per day? But at that time, this is the very first one that had been sent. And with that, it's time for us to walk over into our roles for the meeting, which is let's start with the speech session. And for the speech session, the speech, before I introduce the speaker, I need to introduce the individual evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser, MBN, Mr. MBN. So Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser, Mr. M, introduce us to your role and the stage is yours.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters of the day.
Good morning.
So I will be evaluating. Oh, Vivek, can you tell me who's that?
All right. You'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mullah, and his project is level 2, project 2, connect with your audience.
Yes. So I'll be evaluating Ahmed Al Mullah.
But it seems you will not be, you don't have the evaluation sheet, right?
No, I don't have the evaluation sheet. I was not shared that. This is my first evaluation, to be honest.
God. All right. Let's just use this as a learning
I
experience.
mean, first evaluation in our club, but I did evaluation in another club.
All right. So let's use this as an
Okay, you
learning.
can make it general. I will try to send you the goals after the speech.
Yeah, perfect.
The thing is, if you want to take up the evaluation role in our group, STC group, in the description, you will find pathways evaluation forms. You have to open that.
Okay, in our account, right?
Yes, in our STC official account, take the description. When you see the description, you will see pathway evaluation forms. Do you see that?
Okay. No, I didn't open right now.
Open it right now. Open
I
it.
can't. I'm in my phone. I can't open right now. I don't have computer.
No, you don't need computer. You can open from the phone, right? Just go to the next window.
Actually, I don't remember the login ID and password. I mean, password. No, I don't remember. So it's saved in my computer.
All right. So, Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mullah, I just want to make sure your project is connect with your audience. Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm going to share that with. Yeah, I'm going to share it with him right now.
Thank you.
Where is this? I download something and then it doesn't come up. This is the issue. I'm going to share it with now. Oh no, it's going to the link. Fine. I'll share it later. Now let's go to. I'll just. I'm going to introduce our speaker at the moment, and Toastmaster Ahmadul Mullah. He would be doing his second project. He would be doing his second level, and the title of the speech is My Journey. So, Toastmaster Ahmad Al Mullah with the speech titled My Journey, My Journey, Toastmaster Ahmad Al Mullah. The stage is yours.
Back in 2009, I was preparing for a presentation for the final exam. It was about 30 mark for delivering, 10 mark for the content, and other 60 mark for the participation in the class. I was guaranteed about 50 mark due to participation because I was good in English. I prepared the presentation. At the day of delivering, I did not attend. I was afraid to deliver a speech in front of audience. This is my story. One day, TM Mohsen al-Habbash came to our matam and he spoke to my father regarding opening a Toastmaster club for Sanabis. And they chose our matam to be the place where we held the meeting. My father called us and me and my brothers, my cousins, and some other people who are nearby. And he discussed with us these things. First of all, we were not aware about Toastmaster. And though it told it is very good, then we discovered they don't know anything about it. It's an idea brought by Toastmaster TM Mohsen and Al Hilal. And thankfully, we opened it and we start participating. In the first meeting, TM Mohsen brought some speaker from outside. I remember Toastmaster Jasim. And in second meeting, he asked us to deliver a speech. It was my first delivery since a long time. I was shivering. I did not forget the speech because I speak about myself. And day by day, I start participating in the club. I still remember that day on my previous job. When I joined after just 2 weeks, they told me, in our client Babco, we are delivering a presentation once a year. And next month is our term. Prepare yourself. You will be the one who delivering the speech there. I was afraid. I just discussed it with my colleagues in Toastmaster Club. And I remember I asked our mentor, who she was the DTM Manal al-Matrouk. She gave me some hints regarding the presentation to not keep a lot of writing because the people don't like reading what I will say. I have to speak from my heart. I chose the topic about an incident happened in Piper Alpha. I divided in 3 stages the reason for that incident. And I practiced it in the club. At the day of the presentation, I was there and I was ready. I delivered it very well with very less words and a lot of photo. And I explained it very well about what's the cause of the incident from beginning till the end. At the end, the GM was there, and he said, from now and going on, I don't want people who came here to read what's written on the PowerPoint. I need people like Ahmed who can share with us some incident that we could benefit from it in our work. And I need a good presentation like that, not just reading. I was happy because of that. My colleagues and my manager, at the end of the meeting, they came to me. They say, we were shivering during your presentation. Why you are not shivering? They don't know that I practiced it 2 times in Synapse Toastmaster before I deliver it there. So from that, when I finish, I direct hold my mobile and send to STC group at that time. Thank you for all the people who support me. I just finished my presentation in Babco and everybody was happy. And they told us that we are going to win the best presentation for whole year. I become a good in presentation, and that was my first goal I put in front of me when I joined Synapse Toastmaster. So should I stop on this? I become a good presentation. No, I move on. I keep another goal for me. I participated in the contest 3-4 times till I become third, second, and I participated in the area contest. First time I participated in area contest, I was shivering, I was nervous, I thought I will be good. So at the end of the first participation, I remember it was in GBIC club. When I went out, I met the chief judge, who was Toastmaster Hamza Falata from KSA. And he gave me a lot of advices to move on. And he told me, if you continue, you will become good. You are good, but you are you have something more to add to become better. And from that day, I try to participate in all contests. And from now on go, if I achieve a goal, I put another goal ahead in front of me. In Synapse Toastmaster, I'm not just learning. I'm learning in joyful and interesting atmosphere. That's why I will continue till the end. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Toastmaster Ahmed sharing a very heartfelt speech about his personal growth and how it impacted, how STC has impacted him in his life. And for our next speech, we have Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser. But before I invite Toastmaster Fiddah, may I invite our individual evaluator, who is Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. Toastmaster Mahmood, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek. Ladies and gentlemen, we will witness a championship speech by Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser. She is going to deliver a non-project speech, which will be general, and I will give my general comments when I am asked by the general evaluator. I wish her all the best, our champion Toastmaster Fiddah, and I look forward to your speech. Back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Toastmaster Fiddah with her speech title. Toastmaster Fiddah, what's the speech title?
Big questions.
Big questions.
Questions.
Wow. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Fiddah with the speech title Big Questions. Big Questions, Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser.
The husband is worried, feeling anxiety, kept going and coming back in the corridor of the hospital. His wife is struggling to deliver a baby for 2 days. He texted both families, his family and her family, to pray for the safety of his wife and his baby. Wow, wow, wow. Congratulations, you have a baby boy. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, honor guests. Congratulations on having a new baby. A boy or a girl doesn't matter. Child is a new life. The new parents and the grannies are so excited on the arrival of the baby. Oh, he's so cute. He looks like his father. Oh, sweetie, he's adorable. He's an angel. He resembles his mother. Looking like his father or mother doesn't change the relationship between the two families, or love and laughter all around. Although the new parents cannot sleep very well, they have a special and unique love towards the baby. They feed him, they dress him, they talk with him, and they play with him. Definitely, the boy grows in a wonderful family, and all support was given to the king of the family, the boss baby. They watch him grow day after day, crawling, stepping his first steps, uttering his first words. Say ba ba, ba ba. Say ma ma, mama. Peekaboo, peekaboo. All love and laughter all around. Definitely, the boy grows in a wonderful family. The boy reached 4 and they sent him to kindergarten. Look, boy, be a good boy and smart like your daddy and mommy. Goodbye, son. Goodbye, daddy. Goodbye. The teacher in the school said, he is a smart boy. He understands and learns things easily and wants to learn more. Definitely, you are great parents raising and supporting your child. The parents are so proud of their kid. The boy reached 5 and the teacher said, I like your child. He likes to discover things and asks interesting questions. At home, the boy asked his mother, Mommy, how do I grow up like Daddy? Oh, son, you want to grow up like your daddy, then eat good food, fruits, vegetables, and drink milk. Daddy, can you cook like mommy? Oh, son, I can cook, but not like your mommy. She's a good cook. The boy kept asking questions day after day. Mommy, where does rain come from? Where did I come from? Did I come from an egg like a child? Silly questions. Don't ask these questions again. Don't you see I'm busy? You give me a headache. Go to your daddy. Daddy, where's God? Why we can't see him? Does God have a father? Stupid questions. Don't ask these questions again. Go and play. Whenever the boy wants to ask a question, they stop him. Stop, no more questions. The teacher in the school said, I've noticed that he has changed a few months ago. He doesn't do the classwork very well. He doesn't talk that much like before, and sorry to tell you, he annoys other kids. Listen, kid, the teacher told me you annoy other kids. Don't do that, son, okay? And I'll bring you a Kinder surprise egg. The boy kept quiet for the sake of Kinder surprise egg. No talking, no more questions. At the age of 8, the teacher said, he doesn't have any interest in learning, and he shows aggressive behavior towards others. The boy already killed by his parents. No talking, no more questions. Killed the boy at young age. Kinder surprise egg is created to suit the age of the children and their eagerness to discover and create. The secret of creativity is to ask more questions and have bold imagination. Your child sees you as an encyclopedia to him to answer his questions about the world and life. In fact, no one should stop asking you questions, even you. And on every baby scream you hear, wah, 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 congratulations, you have a new life to take care of. Over to you.
That was Toastmaster Fiddah giving us a glimpse into the first formative years of our life through the child, through the boy. With that, our speech session comes to an end, and it's time to go back to the theme. So before I call upon the table topics, my God, Abdulla, you seem to be you have a great new photo. Looks nice. Anyway, welcome Toastmaster Abdulla and Toastmaster Laila. With that, let's go back to our meeting, our theme. Next, what I'm going to show you. Have anyone heard of the Chinese magic mirror? Anyone?
Toastmaster Vivek, is it the one that tells you if your career is short or if your career is long?
That sounds to me like a fortune telling kind of a thing. No.
I don't know, maybe it had the same effect.
It's not a fortune telling kind of a thing, no.
Maybe the mirror can, let's say, reduce the age of the person. So if he is very old, he looks like very young. Maybe.
I kind of understand why you would say that. But, and if, I mean, all women would be going behind that that kind of a mirror. But no, it's not that. It's something else. And I'm going to show it to you through a video. What is it going to be? It's just that the video is, oh yeah, now I have. All right. Now I need you to tell me if you can hear the sound.
Here's two Chinese boxes with one of my all-time favorite optical.
Do you hear the sound?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, fine. So the video will explain by itself much better than me.
Illusions in them. It's a Chinese magic mirror, as they're called. This is a zodiacal sign one, and on the base, on the back of it, is a mirror. Nothing in it, apparently. And the other one also, this one is the magic circle emblems, and again on the back of it is a mirror. Now the magic occurs when you shine torches on these. Here we have a screen, and we're going to shine torches on these apparently blank mirrors. And what we find almost instantly, you get a nice image appearing of, this is the zodiacal sign, the Chinese zodiac signs. Very clear. And the other one, with the man of Vesuvius in it, is the emblems of the magic circle. And again, it's extraordinarily clear. It gets a bit fuzzy when you put the torch close to, but brighter. And here, when I come back, it becomes very crisp and very, very clear indeed. That is the man of Vesuvius and the magic circle magic mirror. So both these, in little boxes with little bone catches, which I like, contain, I think, one of my all-time favourite optical toys, the Chinese magic mirrors.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Chinese magic mirror. You know, I kind of wonder, there are only very few people who can make that at the moment. There's maybe one guy in Japan who can make it. It has been passed by generations in his family. And the Chinese, it's very, very limited. But how special is it? A regular mirror that you see what it is, but when you shine a light, it will show you something what's hidden inside. The other mirrors, it just reflects the light, but this one shows what's hidden inside. And it's actually the kind of ingenuity and skill that a lot of our ancestors in different cultures have, so that they have this very special, specific kind of methods and techniques. In this one's case, it's related to polishing and grinding and grinding and polishing on metal. This is not glass, it's on metal to get this kind of an effect. But it shows that the world has a lot more than what meets the eye. It's just waiting for us to explore. And right now, I think you are all eager to explore what you have in your table topics skills. In fact, I'm eager myself to know what all questions would come up. So, without wasting any more time, I'm going to introduce our table topic master for the day, Toastmaster Ali Yusuf. Toastmaster Ali, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me? Clear?
I hear you loud and clear. I can also hear the fan behind you or something. I don't know if it's a fan or not. But you are welcome to the meeting, sir, and the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Any volunteer?
Volunteers, please raise your hand. Yeah, Toastmaster Fiddah volunteers. Toastmaster Fiddah has volunteers.
Okay.
Okay.
Easy
So,
question, huh?
sorry?
Choose an easy question.
All easy. Okay, what were your interests before 5 years?
I didn't hear you very well. Can you ask the question again?
What were your interests before 5 years?
What
were your interests before 5 years?
My interest before 5 years?
Yeah.
Well, when I go back and search in the folders of my heads 5 years ago, I was a senior teacher. And actually, in 2015, yeah, I had a scholarship, no, 16, 17, a scholarship to the US. And then I came back and have my duties as a senior teacher. So all my interest was about teaching, learning, finding new ways, new techniques to teach my children. And in 2019, I retired and I retired from my job. So during the year that I stopped teaching, well, it was a little bit hard because you get used to do something in your life, which is my main core of my main core that time was about teaching. So I had nothing. I started to read more books, which I used to do that before. And I started to go back to my interest, my, let me say, my hobbies. So I tried to go from one hobby to another hobby, try to learn a few things, few new things, and I changed. It's all about arts. I learned calligraphy, Arabic calligraphy. I used to draw, or I started again to draw. I started to make cards, which is all about arts. And I started to do many things just to fill my time until I found my business. Okay, I started my business when I did a piñata, and I found that it spent my time, and I feel very very let's say comfortable, and I like it. So then I decided to have a business. So it's all about that during the 5 years. So there is a change, a big change from that time to this time. Over to you.
Thank you. And any volunteer? Second one. Second volunteer.
Ayub has put up a thumb sign. I don't know. That means he's volunteering, or he's saying that Fiddah's speech is good.
No, both.
Volunteer, I think.
Both.
Okay, Ayub, welcome
Okay.
to your next speech.
Okay.
Thank you, Ayub. Okay. So, things are not interesting. People make them interesting. What's your opinion about that?
For me, it is like making science interesting, and it is not interesting. And it's about school. So in the school they make like some subject they are saying that it is interesting, and it is not interesting. Like they are saying the Arabic is interesting. You can get a lot of knowledge out of Arabic, and it is nothing here to the knowledge. For me, it's my opinion. People make it from simple thing into a big thing. Like they are saying for you, the small things are big, okay? But it's, in my opinion, I feel like it's a normal subject. Why they are making it so big, I don't know. Like also the science, they are making it very they are saying it's interesting. You can get a lot of knowledge with it, but it is same like the math, also English. It's the same level, but they are making it up. So my opinion is that sometimes, what can I say? People are making things bigger than what they are. That's my opinion.
Ayub, you know that there are teachers inside this place.
There is an Arabic teacher or science teacher.
Good.
What I know, Jaafar is retired. Fiddah retired also. So no problem.
What do you mean no problem, man? They may be retired, but they are teachers. That'll not go out.
No, but they're retired now.
Yeah. You know,
the title stays for the whole life.
You know, Arabic sign was put by Imam Ali, so you should consider again about your opinion.
I
Think
know,
again.
but they are making it so big.
Good that Saganand is not here.
Maybe some addition, maybe, but in general Arabic, Nahaw is put by Imam Ali.
I
Okay,
know.
thank you.
Okay,
Welcome.
now next, the next volunteer.
Yeah, thank you, TM Vivek.
We are done. Are you done, or do you have a next question?
No,
as well?
I have two questions.
Two more questions. So, can we have any more volunteers?
Yes.
There you go. I knew.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Things you wanted to achieve this last year, but you didn't. And why that happened?
Mm-hmm. Let's say, okay. Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. If I will talk about my last year's dreams, so it's like remembering what exactly I didn't achieve in the last year, because I'm putting my goals, but let me say that unfortunately, big number of my goals didn't achieve because I didn't really put the SMART goal for each one. So if I will say about one of my goals, it was about reading books. I love reading and I buy boxes, but at the end, I don't really read frequently, and I don't really, I had the time, especially in the quarantine, we had the time to keep reading, keep doing whatever we want. But then when we got the chance to get out from home, I had the same problem. So I didn't really read that much boxes. I don't remember how many boxes, but it wasn't that much. So I didn't really meet my dream in reading, because I'm sure that reading is enhancing your imagination, enhancing your language, because I like to write also, and I can compare my writing from now to since when I was child, maybe it's better than now. Because I used to read a lot, but now I'm lost reading, so I don't get much words to talk, even much words to explain, much words to write. So I'm about to stop my poems. I used to write poems, but now I'm stopped my poems because I don't have that much words to express my feeling. So I need to go back to read, and inshallah this year I am planning, and I hope that the next year you will ask me the same question and I will tell you that I really achieved it. Thank you. Back to you.
Last volunteer, please.
One more question. One more volunteer. DT Mohsen Habash. Why are you keeping silent, my dear?
He's sleeping.
Or maybe he's busy, he's still having breakfast. If there is no volunteer, I will.
Okay. Last question. Share anything interesting about you.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Can you repeat it?
Share anything interesting about you.
Interesting.
Well, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali Yusuf, for this lovely question or topic. My fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, I have actually nothing interesting about me. And my question is, what if you have nothing interesting about you? You think there is nothing interesting in you, there is nothing good in you, nothing that you like about yourself. What would you do? Well, let me share that the part of my presidential speech actually happened to me when I joined that Toastmaster club. Okay, I thought, you know, this is something good inside me, I can just do it. Well, I couldn't do it. For me, I thought it was, you know, easy, but it wasn't easy as I thought. Then after joining and trying new roles, I discovered actually what was so interesting to me. And of course, my audience also, my fellow Toastmasters, the fellow members that I had this fellowship of journey, helped me discover the talents. So my main question again is, what is interesting about you? If somebody says that to you, please do not put some negativity on yourself. Do not doubt yourself. Maybe you haven't discovered anything good yet, and it's just not yet to be hopeless. Try something new, and you will discover what you are actually good into. And then after all, it will be just like today's theme. That's interesting. Over to you.
That's interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you. Back to you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Ali Yusuf, for those wonderful questions. And now it's time for us to get judged. And to actually scan us and figure out what went great, what could be improved upon. We have our general evaluator who will be doing his second role apart from the timing. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the cornerstones of Sunwest Toastmasters Club, I give you Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Hello, Toastmaster, and I think we have no guest. Good morning again. As a general evaluator, I should evaluate the meeting from the beginning until this moment. And since I am the timer, I will share the timing, and Toastmaster Vivek, if you can do polls.
I have made the poll to be, what do you say? I made the poll to be all three of them, speaker, table topic speaker, and the evaluator. But should I make it just the speaker and table topic speaker?
Yes, since we have evaluator also.
Yeah, all three of them are in one poll. So
yeah, okay. I will share the timing now for the speaker and the table topic.
Okay.
Later, when the evaluator finished, I will share the timing also. Okay. Fine. So for the first speaker, Toastmaster Ahmed al-Mullah, he spent 6 minutes and 56 seconds. Right. And for Toastmaster Fiddah, she spent 6 minutes and 59 seconds. It's 59 seconds sharp. So both of them are qualified. For the table topic session, the first speaker, Toastmaster Fiddah, also sharp 2 minutes and 30 seconds. For the second speaker, Toastmaster Ayub, he spent 1 minute 48 seconds. And for Toastmaster Leila, unfortunately, he was disqualified And for Toastmaster Mahmood, he spent 1 minute and 49 seconds. So we have 2 speakers qualified and 3 table topic speakers qualify. One of them, Toastmaster Leila, unfortunately, I am sorry that she exceeded the time. She spoke for 2 minutes and 36 seconds. 6 seconds makes you disqualified, Toastmaster Leila. And this is the timer report. Now I am the general evaluator. So I have many notes, so I will share it with you after the individual evaluator. I will ask, or I will introduce the first individual evaluator for the first speaker. The first speaker was Ahmed al-Mullah, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser. Toastmaster Mohammed bin Nasser, the stage is yours.
Oh no, where is he?
Toastmaster Mohammed.
Okay, maybe it's better to go to a second speaker meanwhile.
What? He is not here?
I'm calling him right now. Maybe in that time you can take the second individual evaluator.
Okay, so let me introduce the second evaluator, Toastmaster Mahmood. Toastmaster Mahmood, the stage is yours to evaluate Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser. Toastmaster Mahmood.
I hope my voice is clear because I'm standing now.
So clear.
Clear? Great. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and a special good morning to Toastmaster Fiddah, our champion this year. What can I say about Toastmaster Fiddah? I mean, she was the previous president. She had great presidential addresses. As a speaker and today's speech, I do not need to speak about her using the stage or using her hand gestures. She's an advanced speaker. I admire the way she actually on the stage. What were the good things from Toastmaster Fiddah is how she was eager actually. She connected the introduction with the conclusion. She had a powerful, strong introduction or beginning, and she also concluded with the same strong and powerful one. Her speech was entertaining, and at the same time, it was related to each and every one of us. Most likely, if you're not a father now or not a parent now, you will be a parent sooner or later, whether you like it or not. And last but not least is about the visual aids. Having the baby, that's one thing. Using her voice, that's the second thing, adding about that visual aid. And the last thing I also liked when she used the visual aid. This is actually the first time I see that these glasses can be used as visual aid. She had different characters and she showed you could follow easily between each character dialogue and the one and the other. However, we of course in Toastmaster rely most likely on areas for improvement. What could she improve in the next time is just from my opinion. And to start with is about some words that need some emphasis, like congratulations, not just say congratulations. I know she said it this way, congratulations, but congratulations, maybe even with the emphasis of the syllable. Other things, maybe she could use some big questions since the title of her speech is about questions. When she compared about, this child is like his father. No, he resembles his mother. Maybe she could throw a question then later by what you call a punchline. Does that really matter?
would it matter if he's like his father or his mother? In the conclusion, maybe she could say a last word or a last question. Maybe the big question is for you. This is a new life. Will you take care of it? And last but not least, I felt that Fiddah Nasser had a very strong, entertaining, and so what can I say? The pace level was always high. She was running. I felt that. Maybe she could use some pauses. So with that, since my time is up, I wish you all the best, Master Fiddah, and over to you, GE.
I've tried calling Toastmaster Mohammed Nasser, but he's
Thank
not picking up the call. So I don't think he can give the individual evaluation at the moment.
Okay. So by this, we have only one individual evaluator, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. He spent 3 minutes and 27 seconds qualified. So Toastmaster Vivek, you can start the poll for two speakers, 3 table topic speakers, and 1 individual evaluator. I think no need for the evaluator to make a poll, since we have 1.
All right. So I'm going to delete this one.
Okay.
I
While
need,
you are doing the polls, I will share my yes.
I want to actually, ask if either Toastmaster Ahmed or Toastmaster Mahmood can release the poll. The poll is made, but I cannot release it. Or what I would do is I would give it to Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla. I would make you the co-host, or I would make you the host, because
Toastmaster Vivek, it's released. Can you see the poll, everyone? Yeah, they started actually voting.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So within 20 seconds, let's say everyone finished the voting. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have interesting meeting, interesting information. That's interesting. I like the ideas brought by Toastmaster Vivek. I have an example. Maybe it is similar, or I feel it is similar to you. You know the ice mountain. The only scene is the small area, but underneath there is a big area or big size. So that's Toastmaster Vivek. He have many ideas, many information. But what makes interesting this meeting, when you say the engine theme that was not interested to the audience, now you make it interesting. See the twist or the transformation from making something not interested, make it very reliable to all audience. So I congratulate you, Toastmaster Vivek. You've done a great job with this theme, and I like the discount. So maybe I will get 100 discount because I was like it. For the table topic session, Dr. Ali, you've done a great job. You brought a nice question related to the theme, and you ask for volunteer. It's very, let's say, very polite to ask volunteer. But my suggestion, when you say any volunteer, wait for 20 seconds, then pick a one. If you didn't hear anyone, pick anyone who have no roles today or in the meeting. The second thing, I believe if you start with explaining the role of table topic, it will be better than asking in the first moment any volunteer. It will be better if you explain the role, if you explain that I will ask a question, we don't know what is your theme or what is your style in table topic. Is it a question? Is it photo? Is it a quote? So I believe your session will be excellent if you did what I said. Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Yusuf, and I hope you will do better and perfect in next time or the next meeting. For the individual evaluator, thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. You use the style or the formula of evaluating positive and negative and summarize. But be careful next time that the time will be enforce you to end your evaluation. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. And for the table topic commentator, thank you, Toastmaster Fiddah, Toastmaster Ayub, Toastmaster Layla, thank you very much, and Toastmaster Mahmoud. I have one suggestion or one room of improvement for the VBE. I hope that before the meeting that the main rules or the important rules will be finalized before the meeting. It will be better because it will make us in such, let's say, conscious about what we have to do. Since we are 8, so it will enforce, put the pressure for us to take 2 roles. For example, Mahmoud Jalal, he's the president and he is table topic commentator and he is evaluator. It's better to prepare everything before the meeting. And the second moment, sorry. My report says, forgive me. And I will take the grammarian role. Now, then I will finish my mission. Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal, give us your report as a grammarian.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Jaafar. And to start with, I would love to share that there's a beautiful usage I liked during the meeting. It is taken from the speech presented from Toastmaster Fiddah. This is a new life. When she gave you the baby and she said, this is a new life. Take care or take good care of it. I like how she used the new life as a metaphor of the new baby that we will take care of now. And of course, English is our second language, therefore we have some room to improve. And to start with, there are some grammatical things or usage that needs to be considered in the next time. For example, we don't say in the second meeting or in time, we say on the second meeting or on time. By the way, please, you can open the microphone or you can use the chat. This will be an interactive session. It's not long, don't worry about that, Toastmaster Jaafar. And yes, ladies, gentlemen, use the chat and let me know what is wrong with the second statement here. I was guaranteed to. You can either open the microphone or you can use the chat. I see somebody use the chat.
I guaranteed that, for example.
Yes, I was guaranteed that I will succeed, or I was guaranteed that. So yes, or I was guaranteed to. I don't know if 2 is usual, but guaranteed that I will do is better. Thank you for correcting that. Another one is I started work.
started working or started to work?
Yes, I started working. I started working as a manager. I started working for ABC company. Thank you all. Thank you for all the people who support me. There are maybe two ways to have this actually shortened and also make it even more convenient to the listeners. One way is to say thanks to everyone who supported me, because who support me, I mean, you're speaking about the time being, but it's still continuing, it's still their habit. But if you speak about something in the past, alas, it's finished. And last but not least, I hear it more often by some of our members, I became a good, or I become a good. To correct this, as you can say, I have became, or sorry, I have become good in presentation, or I have become a good presenter. You do not say a good, I am a good. I'm a good what? You need to describe yourself. So I'm a good student, I'm a good teacher, I'm a good husband, I'm a good wife, right? So that is all from my side, Toastmaster Jaafar, unfortunately, because the word of the day has been announced during the meeting. Not many people actually were encouraged to use it, even though I said that. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal. And that's interesting that I miss evaluating the presidential address. So you remind me to evaluate your speech. So I have maybe
Toastmaster
2
Jaafar,
minutes to share
Toastmaster,
my...
can you evaluate me as well?
Master Ahmed?
Can you evaluate me as well?
Now, or you need a silent evaluation?
Up to you, Toastmaster Jaafar.
Yeah, I will give a brief comments on your speech. Really, it was interesting that you are one of the let's say the founder or the group of the founder of the STC club, and still you are here. That shows that your loyalty to the club. You love the club and you devote yourself. You have the passion to speak, to give anything to the club. So I like your spirit, and your speech shows that you have a frank speak about your experience, how you are proud of STC, that it helps you in your work, and the manager encourage you or encourage your colleague to do the same thing you do, or you did, sorry. So congratulations, Toastmaster Ahmed al-Mullah. I like your speech, your spirit, your passion about speaking and STC. For the Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal, the presidential address, I think if I have checklist, you done a great job. You engaged the audience. You brought a personal story about yourself. And you mentioned the Toastmaster International, and I think you should recite Alhamd al-Fatiha for Ralph C. Smedley, because we used to have 1 or 30 seconds silence for his spirit or her soul, his soils. And I remember that one thing also for the VBE, Toastmaster Abdulaziz, it will be perfect if you share with us the agenda in this meeting or before the meeting. So I mean the PDF one, the printed one, because what I saw in WhatsApp, there is a tentative agenda. So it will be better if you share it here, so we know who is doing or who is in the agenda and who is absent. Will be better. That's my evaluation. Thank you to everyone here, and especially to the TMOD, the engine of the club, Toastmaster Vivek. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla. That was our general evaluator who has, as usual, conducted his proceedings with LAN and with class. He was mighty eager to do it as well. So, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal, can you share the results of the poll with me? Because I cannot access the poll that I created myself.
Sure, I'll share it in just a minute.
Yes.
You can
Meanwhile,
check while you're doing your MC.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm very happy to see that more of us had joined up and expanded the meeting. So while we were few in number in the beginning, oh, Toastmaster Isa Ghanam, now you're joining. You should have been there when Ayub gave his speech. Your precious Arabic has been destroyed. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, time for us to figure out who's our best speaker. Drum rolls. It's Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser. Toastmaster Fiddah is the best speaker for the day, and our best table topics master is Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal.
Because Toastmaster Leila is disqualified, I got the best table topic.
Toastmaster Laila, you gave it to him only because you took 6 seconds yourself. That's the only reason.
Maybe she will do a speech.
No, he really deserve. He really deserve. No.
All right. Thank you, everyone, all the speakers, all the table topic speakers. It's by participating that you give it a shot, give it a sporting chance, and improve your own skills. So, all the best, everyone. With that, the session comes to an end. And may I hand over the control to our president, Toastmaster Mahmood Jalal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivek, and my fellow Toastmasters, all the participants today who came on time and took roles. Thank you so much for making this meeting a successful one. By the way, one room for improvement for me, Toastmaster Jaafar, maybe he missed that by a coincidence. This is the second time the GE missed that. I actually did not start the meeting officially. I did not say meeting 392 start or on order now.
Yeah, because I have 2 jobs.
Actually, there's something else you missed.
3 jobs now.
Actually, there's something else you missed. You missed the secretary report.
Yeah, we don't have a business session. We don't have a business.
Today, even TM, I'm eager to know why my role is also missed out.
Maybe I can just conclude the meeting, or if you want to share the meeting minutes now, we still have...
No, not this part. TMOD missed my role.
See, I'm
so eager to hear why my role was missed out.
Really?
From TMOD.
Oh, that is me. What was your role?
Actually missed 2 roles, not only one. You missed you as a listener. And
listener. Really?
See, this is the best. If you share the agenda as a PDF, you know what's going on. You don't know what's...
In fact, both of us missed. I missed as well as a general evaluator.
We want to hear the listener. We are waiting. Please, can you give the chance to Toastmaster attempt to give her role, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
Prepare the questions, don't you?
Atong, you have the questions with you or you left it away?
Oh no, I was eagerly waiting for you to announce my turn.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Let me continue with the role. How many corpses are there in the Himalaya mountains used as a signpost that was mentioned by TMOD?
I wasn't here.
Come on, how many corpses?
Or was it 20 or 5?
There are many used as a signpost. So, yeah. You touched a number, but you need to add more zeros.
2,000?
200, 2,000.
50.
2,000.
2 million.
No, the answer was said 200.
200 corpses been used. Moody also mentioned about one specific fish, lungfish, and he mentioned that this specific fish can survive in the land for a certain amount of months. So how many months can this fish survive?
7 months. 7 months.
Exactly, 7 months, correct. One of the DM mentioned in his speech that he had to give a speech. Everyone was shivering except him. And what was the secret behind this?
Practice in STC.
Fantastic, yes, it was practice. He had to practice twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the second speech, at what age a kid started to ask interesting questions?
7, I think. 7.
6.
7 or 6?
5.
It's at 5 years old. 5.
5, yeah. 5.
Yes.
See, I said 5 earlier. For the mountains.
At what age the kid started to ask, not to ask interesting, at what age the kid was showing aggressive behavior towards others?
School.
At school.
7
At the
years.
school, what age?
7 or 6, yeah.
7.
It was it? Should I say the answer?
Yeah, definitely.
8.
10.
8 years.
8 years.
What is that from the table topic? What is that? Things are not interesting. People make it interesting. In which was the specific category that was picked on?
Arabic.
You can't answer your own question, man.
Science, Arabic, math. He mentioned all the subjects.
All teachers, I think.
It was all teaching.
All teachers.
Nothing is left. Huh? Only physical
Thank you,
education is left.
everyone. Thank you, everyone. There ends my session.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Atan, for these questions. Now we know who actually paid attention. So I would like again to thank the Master of Ceremony for bringing such an interesting theme. Round of applause to you. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for the short topics for today's meeting. And special thanks to everybody who took roles, whether it's on spot and even planned. And final thank you to our general evaluator for today for being so generous and bringing us his honesty with great constructive feedback. And to each and every one of you who attended today's meeting and made it a very successful meeting. Now with this, I say meeting 392 is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And Toastmaster Atong, forgive me because I forget your roles.
Yeah,
Because
forgive
I
me
was
also.
familiar with the PDF style, PDF paper.
Not at all, no problem. It's okay. I was just waiting for the last